Alright, this video is all about how to switch from line bore to custom bore with the PAC closet library. Now, it's not really advised to do this. The whole library was set up with line bore in mind, so you have complete adjustability. All of your accessories fit in the line bore holes. Um, your drawer boxes, your closet rods, literally everything fits in these line bore and is adjustable. But if you have to do custom bore, this is how you're going to do it. So, a couple things we have to look at over here. Instead of the tightest full back or the tightest base tall, you're just going to switch it out for the tightest custom bore. That is over here in job parms underneath the fasteners category, and it'll be the one at the top. Make sure you have that one in there. And I'll show you what that does here, because the next thing we're going to turn off is in boring. All three of these top parameters are going to be set to shotgun bore. You're just going to go in here, select the one you want. Let's do 5 holes per shelf, is referring to the adjustable shelf. And you'll see now that we've turned those off, we still have holes. If we didn't use this custom bore fastener, those outriggers do not make their own holes with the original tool group. It's relying on the line bore being in the right place, which has its advantages. But for custom bore, we have to turn on the custom bore fastener. If you don't have that, it'll be in this lesson and you can just download it. Alright, so other things that we're going to see here. These outriggers down below have their own holes. The fixed shelves have their own holes. As long as all that looks good, you're decent on the fasteners. Now we do obviously have this LED channel in the wrong place. I was probably messing around here. All right. Okay, the other thing we want to look at is, and we really want to think about is, now that we don't have holes for our closet rods and our fixed shelves are custom boring, it really matters where these things are positioned. So you just added a bunch more work to your manufacturing checklist, because when we go into elevation, wherever these fixed shelves are located, that's where they're going to drill holes. So we no longer have that kind of adjustable nature, which is fine. It's not a big deal. You just have to double click and edit, go in the interior tab, and move these things over, up and down. So you want to move your fixed shelves. If this matters to you, this is a long hang. It had it 70 inches. It doesn't matter. I'm going to move this up. When you do this, when you move the fixed shelf, make sure that your closet rod still has the same amount of space, 2 1/8, inside this little box here. If it doesn't, it will be drilling holes at a different height. You can leave the holes off for your closet rods, or you can bore for your closet rods. If you go to settings, and then if you go to miscellaneous, in closet rods, you can pick the PAC custom boring closet rod. And then if we go back into the room, you don't have that. It'll also be a download. Kind of useless if you don't have the actual library, but anyone could download it. Okay, so now when we look at this closet rod, obviously our LED is still a little bit too close, but we can move that very easily. Now the closet rod makes its 2 holes. So if that's not in the right height, you're going to have 2 kind of random holes. Not going to be good. So just check it over and make sure these are all at the right height. If you need to, you can just rebuild the interior section. One kind of quick trick for getting these closet rods, if they're refusing to get back into 2 1/8 spacing, you can just delete them and make another one, and when you make one, it will go to that 2 1/8 spacing every time. All right, so other considerations for this line bore being gone. One important one would be for angled shoe shelves. You need all the holes for angled shoe shelves, otherwise they won't be adjustable. You can make them fixed shelves, but that's just weird and risky unless you really, really have those heights defined. So this angled shoe shelf right here, we've got line board turned off for the whole library. So what you'd want to do is edit, go into parameters, select product parameters. We'll go into the boring category. We'll bring in the top one and we'll change it back to line bore, well, shotgun bore. When I say line bore for the PAC library, I really mean shotgun bore, but anyway, so it's turned back on for this section. The whole panel on both sides, left and right, has holes now. And in a wireframe, we've got holes in here, which is cool, but we really only want them down here. You probably already know this trick, but we can edit the interior, click on the opening, and on the bottom right, we can say no shelf pins. And no shelf holes. No shelf holes for all of those. We might still get a couple stragglers. We can look at it. Oh, 3D, we'll go in a wireframe. On in here. Pretty darn good. All right, so no problems there. Everybody's happy. Okay. And any other considerations here would be, the other consideration would just be making sure that you have the variable toe fastener group on. Pretty much everyone should have that built in automatically. If not, you can activate that here in the fasteners group. That just makes it so that you can change the toe recess and still have the toe boring. And your drawers are still going to bore their own holes, which is great. So if we go to cross section for these drawers, it can be a little overwhelming, but we can see that we just have holes for our actual drawer guides. We don't have a bunch of line bore in there. It's actually kind of nice. So in conclusion, you can do full line bore, not that big of a deal. Just make sure that you know it's not going to be, it requires a little more manufacturing check. These fixed shelves are going to look funny to install them like this, so you have to go in the interior tab and adjust them. Where you have something placed, there will be holes there, so that really matters. And pulling out of the library, most of those top shelves should be fine. This situation here would be a-okay, but this one, not so much. It's a little too close. You could also just not bore for your closet rods and bore for them on site. We'll make another video on if you want to change the base depth of 14-inch cabinets to 16 and what considerations you have to take there. It actually works best with custom bore, really. And that's all we really have to talk about for activating full custom boring for the PAC closet library.